What's going on, guys? So I'm going to do a trade recap using the 5-minute time frame as well as the 20 SMA, the 20 simple period moving average, and why having such a strong bias can really screw you up when it comes to maximizing profits, finding a good potential trade. So with that being said, my bias coming into today, which is the 9th of December, was long biased on Nvidia. Yesterday we had a little bit of an inside, organic rest day. I was thinking maybe today, we kind of push those levels, take out yesterday's high prices, and then we continue to ramp higher. So coming into today, I was completely long biased looking at Nvidia, and the level that I had marked out on my chart was getting over not only yesterday, but the previous day price action. And that price was going to be 324.80. So anything over 324, I was looking for a potential setup on Nvidia to go long. However, the market kind of just slowly just chopped around and drifted and faded the rest of the day. And I missed out on, days like today. It just really frustrates you as a trader just because of the market is choppy, and when you have a bias coming in, it can really screw you up, because when the trade doesn't work according to how you had it played out in your mind and according to the trading plan that you set up, for my case, the night before, doesn't work out, then it just kind of throws off your whole game plan. But this is something day in and day out that you have to kind of just deal with. You have to adapt, and you have to not have such a strong bias, long or short for that matter, just because if things change, you as a trader need to be able to adapt. I'm not talking about people who swing trade, and I'm not talking about perma bulls, and I'm not talking about investors. Okay. Obviously you guys are going to want the stock to go higher or shorter, over time, whether you're, going long or shorting a stock. But I'm specifically just talking to people who are day trading and scalping. So that level 324.80 never came into play. You can kind of see here this first, massive green candle that we had right off of the bell. We just, surged higher. I was thinking maybe we get a little bit 1, 2, 3 candles worth of rest, maybe come down, test this 20 period simple moving average, kind of bounce around, and then start working our way back higher. So this is kind of how I had it played out in my mind. Big surge candle here. I thought that these candles were going to be a little bit of a rest. We come down, kind of test this 20 period simple moving average, kind of get something like this, and then break through. And this was going to be my entry here to go long to the upside. Okay. That's kind of what I was looking for on the day. However, that did not play out, and I missed out on a huge trade. So just to recap on how we would play this to the downside, because you can play stocks long, you can play stocks short. I play options. I normally play weekly expirations. I'm not looking to be in a trade longer than a couple of hours. So when the opportunity presents itself, you definitely have to take advantage. And I'm going to show you a perfect setup on Nvidia that we got here. So we can kind of see here this candle, we got this surge up here. We came down to the 20 period simple moving average. We closed below. We kind of wicked down below the 50 and the 20, quickly got bought back up, traded sideways, and then we flushed down to the downside. So if this was our first close below the 20 period simple moving average, what would we be looking for? We would be looking for a confirmation of this low. That price is going to be here. So I'm just going to draw a trend line to kind of show you. That price is $315 on Nvidia. So what we would be waiting for, patiently sitting on our hands, we're not going to jump in here. We're not going to jump in here, or here. But at this candle here at 7:25, approximately 30 minutes later, not only do we confirm this low wick of 315, we power through it, bounce back up, consolidate sideways, and then we even come back to test the 20 period simple moving average and get a close over the 20 period simple moving average. Now, this trade potentially would have stopped you out for a small loss if we got 2 candles closing over the 20 period simple moving average. Those are my rules. If I'm going long on a stock or I'm going short on a stock, in this case, it would have been to go short. What we would be doing is looking for 2 candles, okay? 2 to 3 candles significantly closing over the 20 period simple moving average. So being that this is our first close over the 20, we would be looking for, and if I draw a trend line, we would be looking for, and let me get my drawing tool here. So if this is our first close, we would be looking for 1 or 2 candles closing over this candle that closes above the 20 period simple moving average. Okay. If this risk is too much for you, then you need to size down. If that risk on NVIDIA altogether is too much for you, if you were to get stopped out, then you need to trade another stock where, you know, the risk is smaller. But in this particular case, I'm okay with the risk on NVIDIA that it gives me on the options contract. So even though we did get this close over the 20 period moving average, and we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 20 minutes worth of candles closing over the 20 period moving average, we never got 2 candles that actually close over the candle that closed above the 20 period simple moving average. I hope that makes sense. So what that means is that you would still be in this trade. Okay. Yes, you would have experienced a little bit of red. You would have experienced a little bit of pain. I get it. It's not a good feeling when you feel like you enter here and now the trade is going against you up here. Yes, you're going to be negative on this position. However, sticking to your rules, it never closed 2 candles over the 20 period simple moving average that is higher than the reason why you would stop out. I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment and I'll explain thoroughly, or join the Discord and I will answer any questions that you have in the Discord. But you can see here on this trade, not only do we come back up, we kind of test this 50 period moving average here, and then we get a continued flush. We come back up and test the 20, and then we get a flush. We come back up and test the 20, and then we get a flush. We test the 20 and we get a flush, and then we test the 20 and then we get another flush, all the way down to a price of 303.96, guys. And yes, we got our first close over here. This is damn near when the market is going to close. As a day trader, I would have just stopped out here and you would have been looking at a fat bag. With that being said, but because I came in with a long bias, I did not feel like taking a short play, just due to the fact that I let my mind play tricks on me. And I thought even if we came down, we were going to bounce up, close above it, and then ramp higher. So I completely let my mind screw me over on taking a potential great setup. We're talking about an entry price of 315, guys, short, and we came all the way down to 303. That's a 12-point move in our favor. Imagine taking 5 contracts and getting a 12-point move in the money. Okay. And, depending on if you're taking in the money, at the money contracts, let's say you just go at the money or just outside the money, you would have been looking at sitting at 10 points in the money on those options contracts, guys. Don't have a bias, follow the chart, stick to the technicals for good or for bad, meaning that if it goes against you, oh well, this is a numbers game. Not every trade's going to work, but in this case, you would have turned a very, very good short position into an all-day trade. I hope this helps, guys. I will see you guys all on the next video.